Next, let's move on to a more exciting sounding German mark, and that is BMW, which of course is Germany and Germany's based car. It's of course shares that market with a couple of other global titans like Volkswagen, which has had its own share of problems, and then of course Mercedes-Benz, Daimler. But of course, BMW is manufacturing cars, motorcycles. It's got a financial services division. Remember, it also owns the Mini and Rolls-Royce brands. So that's interesting. Rolls-Royce, much more limited production, of course, but very high margins. And it's involved in a couple of other aerospace and other subsidiaries around the world. Market capitalization is 50.66 billion euros, which, if my math serves me correctly, must be about 57 or thereabouts billion US dollars. So to put that in perspective, quite a lot smaller than Toyota. Price to earnings ratio low, 7.93, dividend yield 4.16%. So I don't know why. Why would it have been peaking share price? Well, let's look at the share price. Let me not just talk in a vacuum. There it goes to the moon in early 2015, and almost at the same time when not Toyota, but Volkswagen has the debacle with the emissions control, BMW also comes off the boil.
Yes, well, I think BMW wasn't immune from some of the scandal that we mentioned earlier in terms of these emission things that were going on. But over and above that, while it doesn't cover the board, it's predominantly in the luxury end. Yep. When you get down to the lower end, you've got the 1s and the 2s and the 3 Series, which
those are still sort of like luxury small cars.
They're luxury small cars, no, absolutely. And of course, let's not forget the motorcycles and stuff like that. Yeah. And their genesis, going way back, was in the aircraft industry. So, they do cover a lot of things, and maybe again global growth, and bear in mind, of course, Europe is their biggest single market. Yep. And with the European market being as sluggish as it is, it's perhaps not surprising that it's not that moving. Yeah,
because all of us sit here have been waiting for a big revival in European consumer confidence, and it's really been very tepid, very cautious. There's just not a great appetite for big durable goods spend and credit risk in Europe. People worry about jobs, they worry about, low inflation, that kind of thing. Okay, but as far as this one is concerned, do you think the market is assuming that if it's not the case that BMW has problems with its own regulatory control issues, emissions control issues, that in fact there's going to be more regulation and that it's going to get harder in order to manufacture cars that meet emission standards?
I think that's right. One of the interesting features, though, that applies to BMW is that it's 46% controlled by the Quant family.
Yes.
Now, having a big family control means that it gives you a bit more latitude, a bit more flexibility to go and do innovative things that maybe a whole variety of other shareholders might balk at. So if you look at what they're doing with things like the i3, the i8 and the i3, they're really right up there in the vanguard of electric cars, and not just hybrids.
Yes. Now the Quant family, I mean, what is that? That's the sort of, they are on the board. I think one of the
supervisory
Quant
board, yes.
Generation 3 is now on the supervisory board, but it's sort of in the background, right? These family trusts that add up to 46%, but it's not a net negative, is it? The management team are professionally retained, Norbert Riethofer and so on. Yeah. There's no concern there.
I think the Quant family wants to keep in the background. I mean, it's the centenary this year. They're celebrating it, and at a special commemoration that they made a public apology for their dalliance with the Nazis during the Second World War. So I think the family is kind of low profile. They want to keep in the background, but as you rightly say, when it comes to the actual management of BMW, highly professional.
Yeah. Okay, let's look at the share chart. If we didn't already, we'll see there that their stock has not done well. Yes, we did already. So there you go. SAGs, again, looking a little bit pup. One wonders. Hot or not? What do you think?
Like Toyota, I get pretty neutral on this one.
Because we've looked at the stock before over the years, and at times when the market appeared to be in an up channel, we were like saying, yes, this one looks hot, but one would have to conclude it's not been a good time to own those. Okay, so we're going not hot on this one.
Yep.
Got to see it. And again, we mentioned this at the beginning of the show, it's a very competitive industry.